Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you're rocking with Tupac, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Let me know where y'all from. Let's get right into it, man. So they looking for the Tupac hitter, man. Tupac shooter. They think he in Las Vegas. They just searched, did a whole FBI warrant. The SWAT team came in down the block in some small suburban community. Folks was outside looking super scared. All they seen was tanks riding down their street. Dudes in tactical gear with helmets and goggles and all that kind of stuff, man. People got spooked. They were like, what? This is for Tupac? I thought Tupac got hit up back in the 90s. They're like, yeah, but they just watched a documentary and they got to solve this case. So they pulled up hot on the block looking for this dude named Kefi and everything like that. They were watching about how the people who was talking about that, Diddy, security guard, Sugeknight, and everybody, they know exactly what happened and how the dude was hiding out. You got to understand, man, Koval Lane ain't too far away from where this whole thing happened at. And the fact that Tupac got hit up like 2 blocks away from the Las Vegas Strip after he stomped out the dude inside the hotel lobby, man, this was get back. It was get back from the jump, man. A lot of people got to understand that Tupac got set up, and this is the only reason how they was even able to get so close to him. How did you know what kind of car Suge Knight was riding in if he's trying to get away from you? There's only 3 people who saw them leave, man. When them dudes, after he stomped them out, you could see the camera footage caught them actually running away. You could see the carpet inside of the hotel casino that they were in. When they ran away, what do you think happened? Do you think dude just laid on the ground like a cartoon character, like a Mortal Kombat, like he just got ended? No, he got up and they chased after and followed Tupac. So when then they got down under the parking garage and they had to pay at the booth and wait for the valet to bring the car up. This was in the BMW 750 IL with the chrome rims on it, all blacked out car with the tint. But then Suge Knight was riding with the windows down. Why would Suge Knight ride with the windows down when Tupac just got into it with all these dudes inside the hotel lobby? That makes no sense, man. So you got to understand that whatever Suge Knight was doing, whoever he was talking to, it was super fishy, man. It was super weird. A lot of people are looking at it like he might have had something to do with setting Tupac up. Why would you ride with the window down? And then when he pulls up at the stoplight, you never pull up. If you got people hot on your trail and you're trying to get away from a situation after you just got into an altercation and everything and people got curb stomped and everything like that, you're not supposed to stop at no red lights and be in the middle lane. You got to be in the right lane and literally turn. Don't get caught in the left lane trying to turn left at the light, man. But they were in the middle lane. They should have been in the right lane and then just kept moving the car. You can't be stopped and be a sitting duck, man. When the windows are down, it turns into a fishbowl with an open view and a clear trajectory at it. So when the dudes pulled up in the Cadillac, long Cadillac with the whole white everything paint job, they rolled the window down and they said, hey, Pac, he turned his head. And that's when they started to clapping and blasting and everything like that. Suge Knight tried to get out the way, but he should have already had the bulletproof windows rolled up. He got all that money and they didn't think they should have been moving like Young Dolph with the bulletproof trucks and everything like that. That might have saved Tupac. But now, after all of that, and Tupac get rushed and everything like that to the ER. He trying to recover us. A lot of people standing in the parking lot. They holding up signs and flowers. They playing the radio for Tupac. The whole community was affected by this. They were like hoping that Tupac will make it through. Unfortunately, he didn't. Now, fast forward all through the years, they was doing all them documentaries. People was giving all these interviews. And then you remember the girls who were in traffic right next to Tupac's car, who they were the eyewitnesses to everything that happened. Them girls, they probably missing now. Who knows where they are? But whatever they saw, they know for a fact they seen Tupac get hit up because they were right there in traffic as they're turning the corner. That's when you see the dudes pull up behind them, and they knew that the dudes behind them were being weird because they drove up really quick behind them so that they could get next to Suge Knight's car and Tupac riding in the passenger seat. So they talked to Tupac because they recognize him. They're like, oh, okay, we coming to the party and everything. They start turning and making that right. They had the blinker light on and the light turned. It was red, but you know how you can make a right turn at a red as long as you yield for the traffic that's coming and everything. So they do that. But then it gives them room to have the dudes in the back with the Cadillac to creep up forward. So they're window to window, eye to eye level with Tupac and Suge Knight. Then what happens is that the girls make that right turn, and as they're making the right turn, that's when they look back and see the dudes in the Cadillac firing off on Tupac and Suge Knight. And then they skirted and made the same right turn and flew past the girls and did a burnout. And you could hear the tires screaming and the whole exhaust fumes coming out and everything like that. They were freaking out. They were like, did he just do something to Tupac? And that's when they remembered to get a good visual idea of exactly what the car looked like and how many people were in there. Then when the detectives came and they started figuring out the forensics and the ballistics of everything, that's when they brought them up as the key eyewitnesses. And you got to remember, all of this happened in Las Vegas. So they know they either tourists or they had to have been tourists who was probably from California, because that's like half of Vegas. That's what it really is like. And so what y'all got to understand is that now the interviews from all them people is making it to where they're connecting the dots. And now fast forward to 2023, like, oh man, so much long after. They should have had this case shut and closed and solved a long time ago. And so now in 2023, they raiding houses. They're looking for Cafe. They're looking for all these people who's got the connection to having something to do with Tupac getting hit up, set up, or the location drop. Whoever was following him with Suge Knight's car, whoever else was in traffic. And then the dudes that got away from it, they had to have gone to that same house that they ended up raiding with the SWAT team just last night, because that's actually that's only a 15 to 20 minute drive from where the whole Pac shooting and everything happened at. And so they could have hopped on the E-way on the highway after like trying to lose them and shake them. They probably went around the block, tried to shake them, went through an alley, hopped on the interstate, got on the highway, started vrooming, hitting the lanes and going fast, because it's not a lot of 12 that was out there. This is in the 90s, late at night. And so they're able to get away fast. And they went to the little neighborhoods in the suburbs. And that's where they hit out at one of the cribs that they raided just last night. And they looking for the dude. They think that he might still be around, because they were hiding him out for all these years. They were giving him food. They made sure he didn't have to show his face if he left the crib. And if he ever had to pop out, he had a wig on and shades and all these different things and a whole different outfit. They had him in an Easter suit so that he don't look like he's the dude that hit up Tupac, because everybody would be looking for him in the whole entire West Coast. This was the dude that's responsible for one of the people who's as famous as like Michael Jackson and Bob Marley getting hit up. And you got to understand that it's so many people who are trying to get the justice for Tupac. They'll slide, and if they knew exactly, they know who it is, but they can't necessarily slide and get him because he's being hidden by everybody that's in on it and everything. And so it's a lot of people now that figured out, okay, after they connected the dots and the SWAT team went and raided that place, and they actually know that the guy from the Tupac situation is hiding out there, and they were doing a stakeout, investigating the whole time. They got him on camera footage shaking up with Suge Knight right before Suge Knight got put in for backing up over that one dude. And so what y'all got to understand is that this whole thing is bringing light to the whole situation and basically resurrecting the entire Tupac case, because they are really close to getting the justice for Tupac. So if y'all want the justice for Tupac, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know your favorite things about Tupac, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later.